So, starting April 1st, Tennessee is going to be the first state in the United States to ban drag queens in public. Meaning, drag queens performing. Actually, not meaning, because we don't actually know what this exactly means. It's all very fucking vague in what. But what they are saying is if you do perform, quote unquote, in Tennessee outside, in drag, male or female, okay, it doesn't matter either or, that you will have criminal charges put against you for simply just wearing what you guys think is the opposite sex clothes. The clothes of the opposite sex. Bitch, they're just clothes. They're just clothes. When did we get to the place where we decided that this is for a man and this is for a woman? Women, if you're not scared, like, first of all, they already took Roe away, okay? So you should be fucking scared. So that this is the first step. Now they're coming for the way we dress. And if we think that this is just the beginning, no. They are. If you don't think that if you think you're safe, don't you dress up as a tomboy sometimes? Don't you wear men's clothes sometimes? Don't you think that's going to be put into that little thing? Don't you think that these lawmakers, these old, straight, white men, what they want is women to be back in skirts, fucking barefoot, pregnant in the house, just ready to get fucked whenever and fucking reproduce whenever, while the men go out, cheat on you, make the money, and come home and don't do shit. Because we are getting away from that American family value, quote unquote. That is what they want. They know that the queer community are smart, creative, educated people. They do not want us getting any more powerful. And by the creation and having more trans people be visible and having more non-binary people be visible, that is now showing people that, you guys, it's just something we made up. Being a woman or a man, it's just something we fucking made up. It doesn't mean anything. It means that, yes, a woman can bear children, a man can donate the sperm if they'd like, and that's where that ends. It doesn't mean that that woman necessarily likes pink. It doesn't mean that that man necessarily likes blue. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that you guys, whoever decided, recently too, I believe it was like the color for pink was originally for boys in the 80s. Okay, so this is a very recent development that these lawmakers, that these politicians are doing. But make no mistake, this is an attack on queer people. This is an attack on the LGBTQIA community. This is an attack on women. This is an attack on everyone that is not a straight white man. Okay? And when I tell you guys to your face that this is going on, you guys just act shocked. Stop acting shocked and get the fuck up and start speaking out for your queer family. We need help. We could not get to the place where we got with marriage equality without allies. We need allies to stand up and speak out about what's going on. Because when it starts to trickle, every southern state is going to make it to where, quote unquote, drag queens cannot perform or be in public. They cannot be themselves. They're not allowed to be themselves in public. We're going back to, girl, we are going to be in the beginning of The Handmaid's Tale. That's where we're at right now. The Roe was the beginning. Now they're coming for the queer people. And we're going to blink, and guess what? We're going to be in concentration camps. So, when you're in the concentration camp, if you see a salon, go and poke your head in and see if I'm in there, bitch. And if I am, I'll fucking drag you in. We'll whip up your hair for a good raping, okay? Let's get into the real episode, bitches. But can we just please, I don't know what the solution is. I was going to say vote, but when we vote, it doesn't really, I don't see us voting and it helping. And when we get on the streets, nothing changes. I just don't know what to do anymore. And running, I just feel like this is the evolution of non-binary trans people coming into their own. Is it evolution on the other side? They don't want it. They want the straight white man wants to be in control. and they will do anything to keep that control. Okay, so let's get into the episode. Welcome back to the Hall Monitor of the Universe show, where I discuss things. Sometimes I have people on here. If you ever want to come on and you have like a lovely fun topic to discuss, bitch, inbox me, let me know, we can discuss, we'll see. Doesn't my hair look good? I mean, I was gonna cut it. I was gonna cut my hair. Sorry for the people that are just listening, but my hair looks fucking amazing, girl. I mean, it is like fucking bleach blonde with a little bit of dark root, okay? And it is just messy, mullety, funky bullshit. I love it. Okay, so on this episode of my show, we're gonna talk about penises. Cockpit, cocks running around the pen, penises going in, and I'm just trying to think of what's other words for the peni, is it pito in Spanish? No, pito is boy bitch, I do believe. Wait, pito is dick. Am I right? Listen, we don't have a translator here right now. This isn't the Starship Enterprise, but we're gonna talk about penises. And when I was a sad little horny queer child, I mean, I didn't know I was queer when I was young. I don't think a lot of us know that we're queer, girl. I mean, maybe nowadays with the benefits of social media and those things of that nature, I'm sure people now know who they are and what they are way before I found out, but I did not know. So this is what I did know. I was obsessed with penises as a child. I don't remember this, but my mother says that we were on a plane. We were traveling back and forth from Vegas to Texas, which we did as a kid when my dad was courting my stepdad was courting my mother, and oh, the days. And we were on the plane, and I don't remember how old I was, 4 or 5, and I had a thing called Teddy Betty Bear. Okay, I don't remember this, but Teddy Betty Bear had this. Anyways, my mom said it on the plane. She said it was really dark. It was in the middle of the night. She said she was being quiet, but she said she was, sitting there with me, and we were going about what Teddy Betty Bear had, right? And so she's like, well, what are these Teddy Betty Bear's eyes? And then Teddy Betty Bear's ears, and Teddy Betty Bear's nose, and Teddy Betty Bear's mouth. And then she said, all of a sudden I go, oh, and I lift up his nightgown and I go, Mom, Teddy Betty Bear had no penis. And she said, people laughed. Maybe she's making that up. I mean, I think I would laugh if I was on a plane and I heard some horny little child saying there's no penis on a Teddy Betty Bear. Which, can we Google Teddy Betty Bear production? Anyone? Is anyone out there? Is Teddy Betty Bear something? I need to talk to Patty. But so there was that instance. Then she said that when I guess apparently, like, when we're children, this is going to be kind of awkward. I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody who this makes feel uncomfortable. But my mom would tell me this story. I don't remember, but she said that when I showered with my stepfather when I was young, she said I ran out of the shower and I said, Mama, so-and-so has a huge penis. So there's that. Maybe I didn't say huge. Maybe I said big. I don't know if in my vocabulary huge, but I did in fact say, I mean, it's good. I mean, we don't know what the fuck we're doing as children. Okay, people, just relax. I'm getting older. Have you guys heard that? So Billie Eilish has a song called Getting Older, but Adam Lambert just redid it. Adam, I love you, baby, but Adam Lambert just did a covers album. I don't know what's happened to you, Adam, but I don't think you're at that point. Thus, here we are. You did a covers album. There's a couple of them on there that are good, but, oh, Adam, I was hoping more for you, darling. But maybe she'll get back on her horse. I don't know. But Getting Older, he redoes it. It's fabulous. What the fuck were we here to talk about? Oh. So, as I'm getting older, I want to say when the penis starts to work, which is around like 11 or 12, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I just remember when I had my first like ejaculation happen, whatever, and it was from me humping a pillow at night when I was around that age. And then I remember when I came, I thought, oh my God, I cannot wait to do this again. And what's even funnier is, so I continue to do it every single night. I'm getting sidetracked, but I continue to, once a little teeny tiny person figures out how to pleasure themselves, especially in a house full of chaos, right? This is like fantastic time. So like every night I was sitting there and just, jerking the fucking badger girl, just like jigga. Well, I didn't know anything about lubrication. So guess what happened? My penis started to have little scabs on it. So I went to my mom and I said, Mom, my penis has sores on it. I'll never forget what she said. She looks at me and she goes, go talk to your father. So I went to my stepdad and I told him. He brought me into the bathroom. He had me show him the scabs and he asked me, he said, well, are you masturbating? And I said, oh my God, no, I am not masturbating. Oh my God, you're crazy. No, oh my God, never. He's like, okay, well, if you are, if you are doing that, just when you do it, just make sure you use some sort of like lotion or something that helps out. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm not doing that, but okay, And then like when we had our freaking grocery list go out, I'm like, you better get the lotion, Ma! You better get the lotion! Oh. Anyways, so yes, loved, that was so sidetracked of what I was gonna say, but yes, found out what my penis could do, fell in love with it. So, being that I was raised in the 90s, 80s, 90s, we didn't have all the avenues that kids have nowadays. You can just open your phone and look at porn, which is not a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing. I think it's probably one of the worst things that we have going on because it's desensitizing us to relationships and sex and all that. But there wasn't, you had to explore more when I was around, okay? There wasn't, we had Playgirl. I remember sneaking into a bookstore and the Playgirls and Playboys had like a black cover in front of them so you couldn't see, and I remember no one was looking and I got this Playgirl out and I was like looking. I remember Brian Austin Green from 90210 was on the cover and I was like looking to see, I just wanted to see a penis, girl. I just wanted to see a penis, girl. Because I remember all my friends, they'd have Playboys. They'd have like the Heather Locklear one and I'm like, Heather Locklear, I love her. Love Melrose Place, girl. If you don't know what Melrose Place is, fantastic. Okay, look it up. But I'm not really into that. I'm into the penis. So we would go as a family to our local pool. And it was the only fun thing we'd do throughout the summer. And so we would go, and it was just your typical disgusting little town local pool. Okay, smelled like chlorine. And so one day we were walking in, and let's call him Schmunkle Mo, okay? Schmunkle Mo was there, very close friend of the family, and Schmunkle Mo was getting dressed, and I was eye level, as I was little, so I was eye level with his waist. And when I say Uncle Schmo was just standing there with a 9-inch flaccid penis, and me thinking that was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen, I was like, oh my God, what is that? And so my 12-year-old ass just stood there, and I don't remember exactly what happened because I think I kind of just blacked out in the moment, but I do remember my dad being uncomfortable because I couldn't stop staring, and he had to escort me. He was like, oh, okay, Chris, let's go, and he's like moving. Embarrassed, but I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. He's escorting me away. I'm just like staring, like, what is that? Like, I thought this was big. Forget it, okay? So Uncle Schmo would come and do laps. So this would happen a lot. So I would start coming into the locker room when Uncle Schmo was in there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put this on the podcast. Honest to God. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put this on the podcast. But anyways, I was a kid, whatever. So I would go in there and I would just kind of walk. He would shower in the public shower and I would watch him shower. He'd stand there and bathe and There is no relation, by the way, okay? This is just all fun and games, okay? But Uncle Schmo would sit there and bathe in front of me, and I would be, I would be aroused, and I think he saw I was aroused. Okay, so this would happen. Nothing ever, Uncle Schmo never, like, came about and tried to do anything, but, I mean, he'd show his big fat cock, like, for everyone to see. Well, not for everyone to see, it was just for me. Cut to years later, I'm at a bar, and someone I went to high school with, who came out as gay later on, came up to me and he was like, are you so and so, blah, blah, blah? And I said, yes. And he goes, oh my God, he has the biggest penis I have ever seen. And I go, how did you see it? And he's like, oh my God, in the men's locker room. Like, he would just sit there and shower, and I would stand there and watch him. And I was like, oh, okay. So Uncle Schmo is a fucking pervert. Okay, so we've discussed masturbating, how I figured out how to masturbate. Which I would love to hear from y'all if y'all had the same experiences, because masturbation was never something that parents talked to me about, but it was obviously something when I came to them that they knew about. You know what I'm saying? They need to teach, parents, please, teach us how our reproductive systems work. Please, let us know that when we turn a certain age, we're going to start wanting to touch our private part areas, and that it's normal. And we've also went over Gunkle Schmo. Is that what we call them? I had to take a little break and come back. So that was yesterday, this is today, but we're all still. But for you guys, it's all happening in the moment. Like bada bing, bada boom, look at that. So I become penis obsessed. And then also in my life, I start to become very insecure about my own penis size, because as I start to see other people's penises, consensually and in relationships, I started to notice that my penis is small. As of prior to when they started talking about how big penis sizes, because I'm about to tell you penis sizes have gotten bigger over the last 30 years, and let's get into it. So I'm reading this from the great Google, okay? The results published February 14th on Valentine's Day. The World Journal of Men's Health identified an increase of 24% in the average erect penis length between 1992, when the first erect lengths were recorded, and 2021. The change over those 29 years increased from an average of 4.8 inches to an average of 6 inches. Fuck, we're getting some meaty cocks now, girl. What's going on? So I want to say, and I'm not sharing this to be disgusting. I'm not sharing this to be crude. I'm not sharing this to be relevant. I'm sharing this because I don't see this being talked about a lot, and I do think we need to talk. All we talk about is big cocks, just like I've been talking about. And I'm going to probably talk about some more, because there's been more in my life, penises that should not be that big, and that could not do anything, could not go in this or that or anywhere because it was just too big, but I just absolutely was obsessed with that person. But I digress. So this comes out, so I am below average. I am probably 4.5 inches, maybe 5 inches on a good horny day, maybe. And I'm saying it jokingly, but it is something that has affected me throughout my life, my penis. And I also think, I know that small penises, it most likely affects straight people, straight men as well. But I want to say it probably affects queer people more. And the reason why I say this is because I have my own penis, and then the people I'm sleeping with have their own penises, so we can sit there and be like, oh, okay, this penis looks like this penis looks like that. And you do that, especially if you're a whora like me, when in my, I was in a relationship for 10 years, and we broke up for like a year, so in that year, I was like 21, and I was fucking running amok. Sorry, Pookie Bear, I did cheat on my ex a handful of times. So I did see other penises besides him. But rarely did I see a penis that was my size. And if I did see a penis my size and I was I was about to sleep with that person, and that, once average penis, now below average penis, I would do things like this. I would say, I, my stomach hurts. That's what I'd say. That's what I'd say to him. Or I go, oh, I'm so tired. I gotta work in the morning. And it always worked, baby. I'd always get away. But then I wouldn't want people treating me like that, right? And they didn't. I never really got complaints about my small dick until Brian. Brian, that's you. So I started dating this guy, Brian. Well, one of my friends, I believe, started dating him first. We both met him at the same time. Girl, I don't know. It's unclear, but really tall, good looking, white dude, mustache, hair. Like, girl, one night we went out, and Brian and I, we dropped a friend off at their apartment, and we then decided to make out, like, on the car. Like, we were, like, leaning on the car, and we're, like, passionately making out, and it was, like, so hot. And then after we stopped making out, I looked at him and I said, "Didn't I just throw up?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "That's just great." And then we continued to make out some more. This is the type of disgusting shenanigans that would happen in Las Vegas growing up, okay? So, but I kept dating this guy, and we went out to a show, and we were, I believe, at the Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas. We were in the restroom, about to go into the show, and we were in the urinals, and my penis was flaccid, and he looked down at it, he started to laugh, and Brian said, "Your penis is so small." And that was the first time anyone had ever said that to me. Prior to that, I'd been in a 10-year relationship. Never once did they say that my penis was small. I had it in my brain that my penis was, I knew from seeing other people, I knew what my length was, and seeing other lengths, I knew that my dick was small. But hearing it, and that being, like that thing, you know, that story that I was telling myself in my head about my penis, then became true because then someone else confirmed it. Brian was a very sweet, kind person, so immediately when he said it, we had been drinking, and he felt so terrible, and he was like, "Well, no, but you have the perfect penis to get fucked with, because it won't hurt." And I'm like, "You're not saving this." Like, once you said that to me, it was over with. Like, I couldn't think of anything else. And, you know, in the queer community, if you go on to these dating websites, we have Grindr, Scruff, just any queer website that we have going on for dating, the first thing that we see, or the first pictures that we get, are always cock pics, cock or asshole pics, okay? And I just knew in that moment when Brian said that, I knew, and it wasn't, this is prior to those websites coming out, but I just knew, like, in that moment, I'm like, this is gonna fuck me up. I'm gonna have issues with this from now on about my dick. Side note, a lot of the people that, because I just want to know this, okay? A lot of the people that follow me, that watch this, that listen to it, some of them are people that I've slept with over the years, and I would just love to, unless you're going to say my penis is disgusting and small, you're disgusting, you look like an infant when you're, I don't say that to me, okay? But what I do want to hear is, did it bug you? Is big dicks like a thing that, like, I mean, do you search for big dicks? I mean, obviously not with me, but, like, I remember a couple people I slept with, they actually enjoyed my penis, and they said that they liked my penis. I mean, was that a lie? But if you don't have anything nice to say about it, forget that I said that, okay? Let's get back. So, I don't know if y'all know this, but, like, I've had a hard time talking about this. This is not a subject I want to discuss. This is probably one of the most, the subject is the most insecure I've ever been. Like, talking about penis size in public, this is why this is taking me 2 days to film, because I literally, when I was filming it yesterday, I had to walk away because I was like, I don't think I can put this out there for the 20 of you to listen and watch. But I'm going to. Right? Maybe not. Penis size. Women, ladies, everybody, trans, non-binary people. What do you think about penis size? Like, do we think, Kunkel Schmo was probably like that soft, I would guess. So it's like 8, 9, 10, and it was like, like that. Like what? Like soft, okay? Women, is that something you'd be interested in? Is that something you want in your vaginas? Men, the same thing. I mean, I know assholes can like, I saw that you can actually like, don't do this, please, don't do this, and don't say that you got this from this show. But I do believe that the asshole expands so much that you can put a raccoon in it or something like that. That is what I heard on the internet, okay? It was an actual fact because it was the raccoons can fit into like a 4-inch slit while raccoons can also, girl, you get what I'm saying, okay? I'm not condoning bestiality. I'm just saying that you can put a raccoon in your ass if you'd like. But you gotta ask the raccoon first if it's okay. Right? Consent, obviously. But what do we think? Do we want big cocks? Do we like big cocks? Do we think men with big cocks know how to work them? I don't know. I can't remember because I filmed it yesterday, but I did date someone who had, he was Italian. I've talked about him before. He's now married to this lovely, cute Asian man. And I mean, I don't know how that Asian guy does not just shit all over the fucking streets when he's walking around because of his, his husband's thing. But like, I remember I was obsessed with his penis, but I couldn't do anything with it. He would try to put it in, where the raccoons go. And like, I was like, hell no, you cannot, you will not, you do not. That's not happening. I will die. Okay, so is this something, is being obsessed with big dicks something that we're all kind of like obsessed? I mean, I know men are. I know straight men specifically are obsessed with their penises. They're obsessed with their penises. And I don't think women are obsessed, you guys, I don't think women are obsessed with your penises. So if you want, you can just send me the penis pics. I will give it the love that it needs, maybe? I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is we're all fucked because besides lesbians, I think we're all obsessed with big penises and we don't know how else to be. And now that like it's saying that the penises are getting bigger, I mean, who knows? Hopefully I'll be dead by the time the penis gets to an average size of 10 inches because, bitch, I won't be able to do that. Okay? I get squinchy with a little pinky, and no, my penis is bigger than this. Okay? I'm gonna have to do like an OnlyFans and just like show y'all so you guys can just laugh and then I can cry and fucking just drive off a cliff. I didn't do an outro. So anyways, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Rate, like, please. If you're listening to this on Apple, please rate it, love it. If you hate it, please stay the fuck away from the ratings. Don't say anything. But yes, subscribe on YouTube, Spotify. We're up everywhere, baby. Thank you. Thank you.